The reason why I'm going to San Francisco, and I'll tell you in 5 easy points. First one
Mhm.
is, it's definitely I wouldn't say a game changer, but it is an advantage when you're in a competitive deal and you're fighting against other European funds. Two is what you said, Thomas, is to help our companies move to the US. The truth is, it's been 3 years. We keep telling your company, move to the US, go, go, go. And they're like, okay, but which city do I go to? Which lawyer do I talk to? Which accountant do I talk to? And we didn't have the answer. And we're like, okay, we keep telling those guys, move to San Francisco. We're not even there. Let's show them that we can do it. The third one is, I think there's not enough, we mentioned it quickly, but there's not enough capital in Europe, and especially not enough deep tech capital. And so
Hmm.
I need to create a network of deep tech funds in the US who are familiar, who could be fine with investing in Europe. And I could say, and I need to create these relationships so that I can show them these are my portfolio companies. If you like photonics, oh, I have Encoden. You should talk to Encoden. They're great. So that's the third one. I think that's a very important one. It's one you cannot do out of France. We try to do it out of France. We traveled to San Francisco, traveled to New York. We went to Slush in Helsinki, the master conference of VCs. And so you get, relationships, but it's not as like tight as I'm in San Francisco every day. I'm going to the same meetings, the same conferences, the same. The fourth one is a stat I didn't disclose earlier. I thought of disclosing, but 90% of like acquisition above 300 million typically comes from an American-based company acquirer. Once you know this, you guys are familiar with the M&A world. No company is going to buy another company they've met 2 weeks ago.
Hmm.
Company will acquire a smaller company they've known them for 12 months, 24 months. And so our startups, if 90% will get acquired by US acquirer, they need to be in the US facing US clients, facing US acquirers. And so my job will be to create this network too. So there's a lot of serendipity in there, even though I'm going to try to
Mhm.
structure it, but I need to be in those meetings, with the corp dev of Samsung, the corp dev of Apple, the corp dev of Nvidia. I keep mentioning those names, but those are the big names right now. And I don't know, maybe the Nvidia guy is going to say, you know what? We don't believe in photonics anymore. We believe in quantum. Oh, that's funny you mentioned that. I got 2 companies in my portfolio. They're coming to San Francisco in 2 months. I'd love for you to meet with them. Are you interested? So that's my fourth one. And my fifth one, we're not fundraising at the moment. The fund is closed. Fund 1 is closed. Eventually there'll be a fund 2, but I think it's important to to meet future potential LPs with nothing to sell. Because the reason why I think it's important to meet American LPs is, for my second fund, for our second fund, if they've invested, they'll be a lot more incentivized to help the companies who are moving to the US. They'll be like, okay, you know what? I've invested in this company. I've invested in this fund. Let me make sure this is a success. Let me make sure the startup is a success if they're asking for my help. And so I
Mhm.
think those are the 5 reasons why we want to open an office there and why I'll be there.